Elsewhere, the United Nations Refugee Agency says the ongoing violence in South Sudan has created Africa's largest refugee crisis as thousands continue to pour into neighboring Uganda. The latest influx of refugees is straining the capacity of transit and reception centers, which are too small for the growing number of arrivals, as agencies appeal for more donor funds. Uganda is already hosting over 500,000 of South Sudan's 1.5 billion refugees forced to leave their homes and seek safety since conflict erupted in the country in December 2013. Okay, now let's return to our lead story, where the British Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson has arrived at Gambia and is expected to rejoice with West African states' decision to rejoin the Commonwealth, and being joined by Abdurrahman Diaz, that's from the VOA, to talk more about the recent developments in the Gambia. Thanks for joining us on the program.
Hello.
President Adama Barrow has promised to return the Gambia to the Commonwealth and also to stay on as a member of the ICC. What's the significance of these decisions?
That is obviously very significant for the Gambia, which has been, for the past few years, seen as the pariah of West Africa or the international community in general, as Yahya Jammeh pulled out of the Commonwealth and also threatened to withdraw from the ICC. And Gambia was one of the first to sign the treaty. So basically what Adama Barrow is trying to do is to reverse course and to tell the international community that they are in and they badly need the cooperation from the rest of the world. And one of the first steps is basically to say that we are no longer leaving the ICC and we are coming back to the Commonwealth and restoring good relations with neighbors like Senegal.
With this decision to remain in the ICC, could this just be a subtle hint that the current Gambian president will likely sue his predecessor, Yahya Jammeh, at the ICC?
Well, that remains to be seen. It is one thing to signal that they want to be back in the international community. It is another thing to pursue Yahya Jammeh in the international community. There were some surrogates from the opposition, the former opposition in Gambia, that was saying that Yahya Jammeh needed to be held accountable, but Adama Barrow himself has always said that he was basically going for national reconciliation. He hasn't really said anything but following, going after Yahya Jammeh, even though he said that the final decision will be up to the parliament. So he could strike a conciliatory tone, but ultimately allow the parliament to have the last say on the fate of the former president.
Okay, but we understand that President Barrow will have another inauguration in the Gambia this weekend, despite the fact that he's been sworn in at the Gambian embassy in Senegal. What are we likely to see from this second inauguration?
I think the first time they could not do it for obvious reasons. He was not in the country, and this time I think they want something more popular to allow the Gambians to celebrate the departure of the former president and the opening of a new era with a democratic process. From now on, and this time you may see foreign leaders like the Senegalese president, who has been really involved in this whole thing. And this could mark also the departure, for a new era. So they want to signal that, this is a new era coming for the Gambia.
We're talking about a new era. But Abdurrahman, before I let you go, thousands of tourists were evacuated last month because of the security concerns when Mr. Jammeh was still in the country, refusing to hand over power. But what's the state of the economy like at the moment, especially with regards to tourism?
The state of the economy is very bad. There are two main sources for foreign currency for the Gambian economy. It is one, tourism, and second one is the border crossing for Senegalese nationals who are going to southern Senegal via the Gambia. Those are the two means of income for the Gambian economy. So if the relationship with Senegal are better, it's a good thing. But what they need badly is, a vibrant tourism sector like they used to be. But recently, with the relationship with Westerners and all of that, so we were seeing less tourists, and as a result of that, many young people were risking their lives trying to cross the Mediterranean because there was nothing there for them. So they are hoping that when tourists come back, it will be good for the economy.
Abdurrahman Dia of the VOA, thanks for joining us on the program. Well, still to come on Network Africa. The trial over Cameroon's Anglophone protest exposes the divide in the nation. Please take it up.